Initiating launch sequence.
What's good, Chibubers? Your boy Chugs back here again. Ready for a new year, new video, looking at Influence today. Now this game is just the coolest game that's coming out this year, for sure, hands down. Now, hopefully I won't say that 1,000 times this year, as I believe this is the one. So I just wanted to go through some navigation. I wanted to show you what I'm up to, how the new quest and development with crew has been going. So let's jump right in. So this is the main Influence screen, the influence.io. You can click the trailer here and all that. But essentially you just click play, and from here, this is where all the fun happens. So as you can see, I've already connected my wallet. I've got all this crew activity log happening. Asteroids looking. We've got the cool music happening again. Our mapped asteroids, things that I've been looking at. Keep going down. We got our crew assignments. This is the newest thing that they've laid in, and it's really cool. Kind of gives you that hope that progression is happening, and that's obviously the biggest thing for these games, is that we are progressing onto that online blockchain gaming, and we're able to see a foreseeable future of an awesome game, not just you know, returns or anything like that. So gameplay is always paramount. It's number one in any online game, is that the game must be fun. So not just that, but these guys have been going into depth about visuals and all the fun geometry and eccentricity and things about how to, you know, thrust and stop and turn, and like all the math behind it. Now, I'm not always the one that wants to find all that math interesting, but this is actually really cool stuff. It just kind of shows you how it all works. And if you're not following these guys already, please do. It's the next and newest thing on blockchain gaming that's coming. So please give these guys a like, a subscribe, follow them on Twitter, Discord. It's all there. I'll drop it all for you guys as well. So let's get through this. So we have our crew assignments just down here, as you can see. If I click that, it goes and takes me over here. It shows me that I have my new crew assignments available, and I can start doing them. Now, I can go back up and I can go through all my crew assignments that I've done so far. And the cool thing about this is that I can do them on each crew member, as you can see here. A big tick happens when they are completed. When they're not completed, they'll just look like this, and it'll allow me to go into each crew member and do what I want to do with them. So if I have a look at the very first one, and I click my main girl, my miner, it gives you a nice kind of description about what's going on. Kind of like, yo, we've been traveling. You know, we've come from Earth. We're looking for, you know, somewhere to land. And it kind of gives you these options and walkthroughs based on like who you think you are as a crew member for this specific crew member. Not so much as a team of 5, but as this one crew member, my miner, my software engineer. What is she good at? You know, aside from being this awesome cyborgy kind of Dragon Ball Z chick with a cool armor vest thing. That's what she's good at, being awesome. But anyway, I decided to pick, you know, a certain amount of options. There's like 3 to 5 options most of the time, and you know, you kind of pick them and you go through. And sometimes there is a nice lot of reading here, but it gets all kind of lore based, and it gets you into it. And man, it's cool. My inner nerd just yay! It's just, it releases. It's beautiful. And again, you go through and you choose how you want this path to be with your crew member. So I then clicked, you know, like this one, and then like you're finished. But the reason I'm showing you this, guys, is that it then gives you a kind of statistic. Well, this crew member has gained traits. For example, this trait is drive or survival. You know, you need to live. Your primary drive is, you know, survival of yourself, the people you know, and you know, us as a species. So that's really cool. That's what this chick got. And now the fun thing about this is that other people got different things, and depending on which which path you chose, you might have gotten a different trait at the end. Now, for this first one, it was pretty, you know, like this guy for my first one for my engineer, he got driving glory. I'm like, you know, you need to excel. Your primary drive is to be the best at whatever you do. And I'm like, okay. So here's me starting to think, well, do these traits matter? Like, how far are these going to get me? Like, if they're all going to be different and each kind of option that I choose is going to provide a different trait, and I don't know which one's good yet, which one's what's the best, what's not, or what's, you know, and you know, that's the fun part about this. This might not be about what's the best. It might just be about, yo, this is what is best for my crew at my time. Like, this person as an individual, they believe this, and you kind of get on that bandwagon, especially if all of you have like one crew. You know, you can really get into your one crew member and go, this is what she's doing or he's doing, and you know, they're gonna take this stand, they're gonna be this kind of person. You know, they want these traits or attributes. They're a good person, they're a bad person, they follow the crowd, they're a sheep. Who are they? What are the way? How do they interact? All that. And this gives you the ability to create your own lore with your own hero. And I think that's really cool, coming from someone that's played a lot of like MMOs and a bunch of different games. It's like I'm choosing how my crew member lives. So it's kind of cool. But moving on, I thought this was really cool. Like, again, I'll show you with my main girl again, and then maybe the engineer. All this writing, they're talking about, like, you know, the different kind of planets that there are to live on, and what we think's a good decision. You know, we're gonna go with the ice giant land or whatever else, and you kind of like, oh, you don't really know, we're gonna go on Mars where it's really hot, or something else kind of like that, and you're like, well, all right, I don't like any of those options. And then you kind of like keep going through, and I kept kind of just picking my own path, and this person got adventurous. You know, like, you were bold, you were brave, you know, and kind of like, you know, the way that I chose was, you know, mankind to move forward may need to take some risks. Where, for example, if I pick this lady on the second one, I picked going to Kronos, and that was like one of the different places. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna follow a cult, and I'm gonna go full cultist, and just, yeah, that sounds good to me, you know. And I was like, I wonder what I'm gonna get, because it's two extremes. And I was like, oh, you're arrogant, and I'm like, is that good? Obviously, you kind of like, I don't know if arrogant is good or not. Like, you kind of hear someone's arrogant, you go, well, that's either a good or a bad thing, right? It's like, if they're good at what they do and they know it, like, you know, I guess you can be arrogant, but at the same time, you're like, is that kind of what I was going for or hoping for? Maybe not. So I thought that was really cool. And again, I'm showing you different ones. I'd make sure every single one of these guys kind of picked a different option. This guy picked Kronos as well, but then decided to go away from the whole cult thing, and say, no, I don't like the ideas of the cult, and kind of went that way, and he got serious. So I'm like, oh, is serious a good trait? You know, like, no, you're too serious for this. But I'm just going to quickly go through and obviously show you what this latest one is that I haven't done yet. And this is all about getting to, you know, the prologue, the Avad, and then going to Adalia Prime. And now we're here, and I haven't done this yet. I was kind of waiting to do it with you guys, do it online, and show you guys how the navigation works. All right, so this is landfall. Now, landfall, it sounds like it is. It's us coming to the Adalia Prime. We're finding our first kind of home. This is smaller than Earth's moon, and it's got less gravity. So it says that here, and you know, the main task is for us to dismantle the Avad, the ship, right, and establish the first colony. So it's kind of like, well, do you want to be, you know, one of the volunteers or one of the first people to journey down to Adalia Prime? And my chick's like, man, that sounds like a sick adventure. I don't want to read what other option there is. That's an adventure. Let's go. All right, so here we are, the second one. So based on that option, it's obviously giving me other options, and we're going through the list, and we're talking about, yeah, you're one of the first people to come down to Adalia Prime. Like, you know, what we need people to dig some foundations for our buildings. And I'm like, I guess I'm your woman. I'm your man. Let's be honest. So we start doing that. And as I'm there doing that, it seems like some gentlemen come over and talk to me. And they're like, well, it seems like people have been kind of pillaging resources and stuff like that and kind of keeping it for themselves. And they're kind of like investigating people and whatnot. And I have the option to report or to be shocked that that's happening, or to kind of go, I don't really want to get involved with this. Or I can go, no, I am involved with this. I'm the pillager. I'm going to do this stuff. And I'm not sure which way I want to go yet. So I guess on that matter, I'm going to probably say, I'm pretty sure everyone should be working down here to survive to begin with. Like, you know, I don't really like the idea of stitching the co-workers, and, you know, I don't know. It kind of just seems a little bit selfish at this point. We just kind of got off this ship for so long. I kind of want to go with the whole option of, yo guys, we're all in this together. Just like NFT gaming, just like blockchain gaming, this is what it's all about. So this is what this person is gonna do. But I guarantee you, my next person, she is cutthroat. She cares only for herself, and she, my friends, will decide to take the path of being that jerk that steals, cheats, and robs every chance she can. So I'm excited to see that one as well, and I'll let you know how that goes. All right, so here you go on the third part. We're just talking about how different duties are going on, and how time's been flying by. It's been weeks, months down the ground now, and they're kind of making this progress to create this kind of ecosystem, this network of ships and places. So that's kind of more or less what's going on. There's no option to choose. It's a bit reflective in terms of this crew member. They're kind of looking back going, wow, that ship that got us here for all those years is now being dismantled to create like a base. And they're just kind of like, all right, let's get back to work. And then I just click finish. And here we got this crew member gain traits communal. So I'm like, cool, all right, that sounds pretty good. This person's going to be, you know, believe in that community and cooperation, and we can all succeed if we're in this together. Now, that is awesome. I like the idea of that. So let's try this other lady. Which one is it? Yeah, so it's this one. This is the cutthroat lady, but let's see it. Let's go, same one. This sounds like an adventure. And then we're gonna go, so already, just the fact that I'm a different person. I'm no longer a miner, I'm a merchant, right? As well as that, I'm an artist on top. So I wonder if that makes any difference. Unsure still. But let's see how we go. Right, so here we go. This is pretty cool. So I'm one of those first people down as well, and I'm doing like transport of a different materials, and it's actually pretty cool. I seem to have forgotten my helmet as I was doing these duties, and these guys come and approach me, and they're these radicals from that from the you know, cult that I was kind of following with this lady, and they are here to take any supplies that you can discreetly slip them, and they're willing to pay you for it. And how do you react? And I'm like, well, we straight away, we know that we're giving them the supplies because we're radical as well. And we had totally already thought about, you know, pillaging and pilfering the supplies from work. So we are totally on board with your fellow radicals, and you immediately agree, and you're like, yeah, let's do this. So I find this quite fun that you have just different complete ideas for these people in your crew, and that they might all come together and sync these traits up to create something that's kind of cool. I'm not sure yet, and that's kind of the fun thing about this, is that no one really knows. So here we are. She's hoping we come out ahead, and then it seems to be very similar, the same way that it ends. Team of miners walking around, etc. So that's the same as the other one, and you kind of just get back to work after choosing what you chose for the first and second one. So let's see what she gets. So opportunistic, very cool. So you believe in taking advantage of being in the right place at the right time. That seems like a pretty good trait to me. I kind of like that one, even though it was kind of, you know, messy how we got there. You kind of being a bit of a thief, but you know, it's cool. Kind of like that trait. Kind of turned out pretty well. So from there, I can obviously go straight on to the next one and then do these two straight away. I can't do these ones because I've not finished the other quests on landfall. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, guys. But this is a quick little recap of how Influence looks. You can hopefully hear the sound behind it, the coolness of the music. And, you know, like I said, follow these guys. Follow me. Let me know what you guys want to see from Influence, from me. I'll try and make some more content for you. I'll get on board with them. But let me know what I can do for you guys. What video do you want to see next? My lovely blockchain community. Anyway, that's it from your boy, Chuggers. Signing out. Pretty cool.